Hello, procrastinators, and welcome to the serious vlog. I'm gonna answer questions properly for once. I've collaborated some questions. Is collaborate the right word? I don't know, but I've got them glued together in a big pile from the subreddit and Twitter and stuff, and I've questions, and I'm gonna answer questions. Yes, I'm in pajamas. I don't feel well. I have a beard. Things are happening. This is all the beard I can grow. This is both my 2-day beard and my 87-year beard. I get this. It's like... It's like spikes on a Sonic the Hedgehog game. They just go shink and then shink back in. They don't go back in. That would be weird, but fucking useful. Is your online persona just an exaggerated version of the real you? Yeah, it depends kind of on the video. Like the persona, the more energetic persona, because in real life and normal, when I'm by myself, I like quiet. I like being quiet. I'm quite Frank Pickle. I'm very boring and quiet. And I like that, that's how I roll. But when I'm with people, I kind of have the sort of amped up, hyped up me. And that's what I sort of bring to the table. It's that around people sort of one. But some games I do sort of get into character. If I'm playing as someone, I'll say things that the character would say. That's just sort of my shtick, and I like that. Because games sort of exemplify it. Because if you arrive in a new town in a game, you talk to everyone, and you explore everything. And if you arrive in a new town in real life, you check into your hotel and wait for the thing that you're in the new town for to start, so you can go directly there and then maybe to a chain of Starbucks or something that you're familiar with before you go home. Nobody does anything in real life that they do in video games at all. Like, because people are like, oh, it causes violence. It doesn't even make me talk to people, and I talk to everyone. It doesn't make me a looter. I loot everything in video games. So no, it's more of a character thing, but there's a bit of like amped up me in there as well, which is sort of just me around people, and I'm technically around people, so it's kind of the real me sometimes playing characters and stuff. Awful answer. Have you ever uploaded a video and then immediately regretted it? No, I'm one of those very rare YouTubers who actually watches their stuff back before they put it up. Some people don't. I don't get that. Like, this is going to be up in front of thousands of people. At least give it a look over, you know? Occasionally, like, even the ones I rewatch, something will slip through that I missed. But most of the time, no, I normally record on one day, or edit on one day, and then the next day, those 2 one days were actually just the same day. And then on the next day is when I upload and do stuff. So that's when I watch it back and make sure everything's fine. So I have the sleeping on it premise. So if I'm like, I'm really angry, then I just sort of sleep. This is a new thing, you can tell from some of the older videos. But I sleep on it and then come back and go, actually, that was a piece of crap, I'm getting rid of that. So, no, because I put in the effort to make sure I'm saying everything I want to say. Boobies, boobies, boobies. I'll edit that. Do you think gaming channels get the respect they deserve, considering how much of an impact they have on the industry? It depends. Yes, from a gaming perspective, no, from everywhere else. Like, no, not even fully from a gaming perspective. From indie people who make indie games, they fucking get us, they know what's going on. Other gamers and people that watch the gaming stuff get us and know what's going on. The bigger sort of media things, they don't really know. People outside of the gaming world just like, oh, people play video games for a living, that's fucking easy. Yeah, I think sort of in our little tiny realm, yes, outside. I mean, even vloggers like, oh, that's pathetic. You talk about your life for a living, which incidentally is hard. Like, I find vlogging the trickiest fucking thing, because it's like, talk about stuff. What stuff? Nah. Like, gaming is a crutch. That's why I like it, because I can play off of it. It's the straight man in the comedy duo. But just talking to a camera, I find incredibly difficult. Setting up a camera, I find incredibly difficult. This is on a tripod on my desk. That's why it's slightly taller than me. I feel really small. But yes, it's one of those videos. Yeah, I think that we get kind of respect in our little tiny bubble where the respect is needed, but outside of it, even going as far as like AAA companies like Nintendo, they don't fucking know what's going on. Speaking of, how do you feel about Nintendo taking nearly half of YouTubers' money on Nintendo videos? Okay, so the thing you have to know is they're not taking half. They take 40% if you upload a Nintendo video and say, I want money on this. They can take 40% of your money. And if you dedicate a channel to the games that they allow, they only take 30%. Oh, you're so nice. But remember that YouTubers have 55% of their money taken initially. Like, YouTube's cut is 55%, non-negotiable. YouTube just takes 55%. So already half the money you're making... I remember that half of the audience is also using ad blocks. So you're already down to like a quarter of your money. Then, if you're with a network, they'll take that off. And then fucking Nintendo want to take a cut of that. And so they're taking a very small portion of nothing. They're not going to make a lot of money out of it, but people, because they're a huge company, but people who live on it and can just about live on it, they're going to get screwed over. So they're screwing over their fans to get a very tiny amount of money, or maybe sort of IP control. They're very weird, Nintendo. They're very backwards. Someone's like, I made a cool fan thing. They're like, wow, pff, we're going to kill you with lawyers. Nintendo don't get anything. I've come to this too. Like, I don't cover Nintendo games because they have done this in the past. They tend to take a lot of shit down. So I sort of go, I'm just, for the sake of my job, not going to touch their stuff. That's why I don't think there's been a single Nintendo video ever on any of my channels. So I avoid them, and now they're just trying to take a bigger cut. I'm like, well, there's another reason to fucking avoid them. It's just them, because they're going, we made the game, without this game you wouldn't do it. I'd be like, no, without this game I'd be playing one of the million indie games that want the attention. I mean, I know, you can tell that this attention is good, because at the start of the games that I make, I'm like, fucking make videos of this shit. I know it's free, but it gets it out there. The amount of, like, Systems Nominals videos that I've watched, and the amount of fucking feedback you get from that, it's like people constantly talking and saying all the stuff, and I'm like, oh, this was wrong, this was wrong, this was wrong. That's fantastic. You learn so much from them. So if you're an indie guy, just say yes, take it all the way. And did I say A or 1? I can't remember what the B point was, but fuck Nintendo. Why can't you take criticism? Yeah, this one comes up a lot. It should be reworded from why can't you take criticism to why can't you take my specific criticism? Because I have to listen to everyone, and I think I do an okay job. Like, it used to be, you were too critical, and I was like, okay, here's what I'll do. I'll take criticism entirely out of the comedy stuff, and I'll dedicate an entire series to critical stuff. And now people are like, oh, you shouldn't make those videos, they're not funny. Well, don't watch them then. People love, they're like the most popular, second most popular series. Like, the other day, someone linked me on the subreddit. People were going, oh, down with GTA videos, they're the worst. Oh, and it was like, oh, I agree. GTA videos are my most watched videos and the ones I have most fun playing. So if I have most watched and most fun, they're the ones that I'm going to make. And so it's the vocal minority. The problem now is that the vocal minority is, like, can fill an arena. You know, that's the downside. So you have to learn to listen to certain stuff. And I do try and listen to some of the criticism that comes my way, but a lot of it is just more personal wants. Why don't you make million edited videos? Because I die. Wow, God, I'm just free entertainment. So I do listen. I mean, if you look at Systems Nominal, what it started as, and then criticism, and that's changed and that's changed. I mean, there's huge parts of that game that I changed based on player feedback. I think I'm good at listening to criticism, just not everyone's. Because if I listen to everyone's criticism, there's a million people pointing in a million different directions. The channel just go, and it would be gone. Did you have a rebellious phase when you were a teenager? No. I am the world's most boring man. I cannot state this enough. It's just how I like to sit down with a book quietly. That's always been my thing since a child to now. It's sort of, I like to be just very quiet. It's my thing. I like quiet. I like calm. I just like, I just like to know things that can just calm, quiet. So I don't really rebel. I don't think I have like stupid long hair, like thum, 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 like fucking ringlets and shit. But that's because I really like 80s music and I look like an 80s rocker. So that was fun. Leaving university, well, that wasn't really an act of rebellion. That was an act of I'm fucking sick of this and I'm out. So no, didn't really. A bit in my 20s. I sort of early 20s. I kind of went a bit with some stuff, but not really. I'm shit. I'm so boring. Why are you all here? Do you think there is still room on YouTube for more gaming channels? Yes, I'd say there would be, but simply because, like, maybe you won't get huge now, but we need up-and-comers, because we're getting to that point where some people are just going to drop off and leave YouTube. I mean, you're going to have a cycle of if there's nobody to come up when the big guys leave, then there's just going to die a death. So we do need up-and-comers to take over to keep YouTube as a boiling over sort of thing. So yes, there's always space for it. And I don't think you'll be hitting the millions in a few years like you used to, but maybe people can build themselves up to the size they are now. It just might take a little longer. I'm not sure. It's like when people ask me, like, any advice for starting on YouTube? No, it's such a different beast. Like when I started YouTube, PewDiePie had 30,000 subscribers. Years and years ago. Like, I don't even fucking know anymore. It's like, just do videos and fucking pray. That's what I did and it worked. I have no idea if that'll work for you. But yeah, it's such a different beast now. I have just no idea whatsoever how to get started on it. Which is good, because I've already started on it like 50 years ago. Because I'm old. Do you think that you've changed over the past couple of years for the better or worse? Better, because I learnt limitations, I learnt efficiency, and they were the two most important things that I've ever learnt ever in the history of anything, except of course geography. That shit comes up all the time. But learning like efficiency, like, because I used to just sort of make videos and go to bed around times. Now I'm sort of up at 7 every day. I go to bed at 12. I get a good 3 hours sleep somewhere between those. And it just, I have more of a beat, and there's more of a consistency to it. And the consistency makes it so much easier to keep things going. I'm a few days ahead on my videos at all times, so like if I'm now ill, actually the last 2 days have been really, I'm sort of recovering now. But like when I'm ill and dead and bedridden or whatever, like I am like almost every month, I just go, fuck it, I'm ahead enough. And being ahead and stuff is great, it's in charge. I know my limits, I know when to go, I could stop working. I do work too hard still. Like, that's so wanky it sounds, but no, I do work, like, way long hours sometimes, and it's sort of detrimental to other parts of my life. But I'm getting healthier as well. I mean, I run 5k daily now, he lied. It's 4 days a week, I run 5k, and that's great. I'm feeling, like, healthier. I look like shit, like, as I'm ill right now, but I'm feeling healthier, which is cool. And like, now we're doing the game stuff, so I'm sort of running, like, almost, like, 2 separate companies now. I'm sort of trying to tie them together. We've got other stuff going on. But yeah, I'm sort of a bit more, like, aware of stuff. I'm stressed as fuck in some ways. Like, some days are just super stressful. It's like, because I keep plucking out grey fucking hairs. Like, I'm gonna go grey, but like 30, I'll be Doc Brown, you know? I'm doomed in that respect, which is, like, and you can tell it's stress because my dad went grey when he was 55, the bastard, and my mum started going grey when she was, like, 40, like, mid-40s or something. So, like, 25, it's gonna be awesome. Yeah, the stress hit me quite a lot. I'm sort of managing it a bit better now. It's some ways. Sometimes I get stressful situations and periods and stuff, and it's quite hard to. The problem with being efficient is that when it fucks up massively, and it fucks up everything. So you have to sort of drag your way back into it. But I think I'm doing better in pretty much every aspect of my life. I suppose, probably. Maybe not sugar intake. Love me some Haribo. How long are you going to keep making videos? Are you going to be completely dependent on your games one day? How big are your games going to get? That's 3 questions in 1. Okay, let's start the first one. How long am I going to keep making videos for? I don't know. I do fucking love it still. And I assume I'll continue to fucking love it. And assuming there's still an audience, I'll still make them. And to be perfectly honest, if the audience fucks off, I'll probably still make a few anyway. I like that I can promote indie games, and I like the comedy stuff, so they'll stick around. It may get to a point where if I start making games as more of a full-time job, then the YouTube videos will drop down to, say, maybe 2 or 3 videos a week. This is fucking far in the future. There's no plans for this at the moment. But I like the idea of just doing, like, 2 edited videos, one on an indie game, one on a AAA sort of game, would be great. I mean, I can't afford to do that right now, because that's just the way things are. Because games are expensive to make, and I'm trying to build this first game off of all the money. Like, because a few little games are going to come out. We're going to keep releasing little games, but in the background we're making one big one at the moment. I say big, like, I'm going for I'm going for deep, but, like, focused. Like, it's very, the game we're working on at the moment, it's like, it's going to be mostly planning. Like, if we plan it down to every single bit that works, like, when we program it, it will just be easy as shit. Like, it will just be, the game is now built. We're not built. It's not 3D. It's 2D. It's not that sort of thing. It's a lot more menus and stuff. It's very different to what I will be making for the little games. The little games are going to be experimental things, but the bigger ones are going to be just things that I want to play. Really, that's what I fancy making. Things I want to play. So they're gonna be difficult to plan. I mean, they're gonna be quite complex sort of things, which is takes a lot of the planning, but they won't be. Like, you won't get a huge open world out of me. I'll never make that sort of thing. I'll never make a huge open world sort of thing. Because it's sort of, you see the GTA and stuff like that, I can't build a project for 7 years. I'd go mad. I'm a YouTuber. I'm used to, here's a thing, here's a thing, which is like, well, like making the small games, take time out and going, I just need to make something small for 5 minutes. Shut up. And then I just make something shit and throw it out. But that's fine. I like doing that sort of thing. But the bigger games, sort of, it's a thing that just ticks over in the background and I check in and it gets worked on and stuff. So, yes, that answered none of the questions. For the videos, how long you keep making videos? I think I see this change happening in YouTube now, where, because at the moment we're paid on the MCMs, which is the My Chemical Nans, fans of My Chemical Romance, who are old ladies. No, the networks like Michelle and stuff. What the fuck was that about? They, I think, are gonna start changing how how YouTubers get paid. Like, I can see this big change happening, and it's already happening, where instead of getting paid by the advertising on the videos, people are going to be getting paid brand deals. Because brand deals are fucking everywhere. Like, I get, like, once a fucking week, I get a 6, 7, 8 grand offer from a free-to-play mobile piece of shit, going, play a game for one video and have this much money. And that is where I see everything going. I mean, I don't take those deals simply because all the time they're for fucking AAA piece of shit I don't care for, and free-to-play piece of shit I don't care for, and I've never taken a brand deal like that. I think the closest we have is sort of the, well, I have an affiliate with Loot Crate, but no one's ever bought one of my videos for me. That's a very important thing, and I'm going to keep doing that. But if the money starts dropping out of the advertising and starts dropping in there, and I don't particularly care about that field, that's when I'll start ticking over into the more game side of stuff and building games. Because I don't really want to do brand deals. They seem icky to me. I mean, loads of people do them. As long as you disclose them, fine. But they do kind of... I just can't wrap my head around. Play this game and enjoy it. Like, as soon as someone tells me to do something, I just can't physically do that thing. I can't enjoy it. It's so... I'm such a twat sometimes. But really, if someone's like, you have to play this, I'll be like, oh, it's the worst thing. It could be like Grand Theft Auto 6. And if I'm forced to play, I go, I have to make a video on this. My brain will have no jokes. I'll just fucking hate it. It's like, that's why I'm so shit with series. I'm so shit with, like, written series, like things like Pokemon, which was just 3 episodes and it fucked off. So I was like, oh, I hate this. I've done this enough. That's why I like the variety sort of stuff. That's why a series like, that's an idea. Oh, fuck it. Because I'm shit at that sort of thing. But no, that's the yeah. Maybe one day I'll be fully dependent on the games. I probably will. I think that's where I'll be going after YouTube, and I see YouTube shifting. So I'll probably go into games. I probably won't be making giant, huge things. I like small, focused, and we work on it for a while. I think that works better for me. And that's everything. That's all the questions. I'm going to go lie down now because I've spoken for 20 hours and my mind is starting to go. What the hell is this? Nice.